"Hello, it's me, Diep," I whispered, the same way I always did whenever I stepped into a place filled with memories. I never imagined the path that led me here, through fear, through loss, through hope, and eventually to James. The videos, moments, the visits, the warm cups of tea with the old couple who treated me like family. The orchard heavy with fruit. The worry-filled calls that never reached him. All of it stayed in my heart like pages of a story I never meant to write. I still remember the tremble in my hands when I visited the old couple after so long. They greeted me as though I'd been gone for years, brushing dust off worries I never told them about. I laughed to hide how emotional I was, telling them about my new home, how James had built it for me, how I'd even tried building a small chicken coop, how life was slowly becoming gentle again. They stuffed gifts into my arms like love wrapped in feathers and fruit, insisting I take chickens I didn't even have time to raise. I declined, smiled, promised to come back. They didn't know that I was holding myself together by threads. Because at that time, James had gone silent. Those days were long and heavy. I replayed his voice in every corner of my empty house. I had survived being chased, lost for days, terrified and alone, but this silence frightened me even more. It was unlike him. He always found me, always. So why couldn't I reach him? Why did the dial tone feel like an endless tunnel? I tried to live as if nothing was wrong, walking through the orchard, discussing the sale of my family's grapefruit trees, calculating harvest costs, bargaining while pretending my heart wasn't somewhere halfway across the world with him. Even the buyer noticed I seemed distracted. But how could I not be? Every fruit, every tree, every path reminded me of survival, his hand reaching out to pull me back into life. One night, after calling him again and again, I sat silently with little NHI, peeling fruit beneath the dim porch light. Her small hands worked carefully, proudly. "NHI tu bok duok roy," she beamed. I smiled, but something inside me trembled. Children didn't understand the weight of disappearances, but I did. So when the phone finally rang, an unknown number, I answered with a heartbeat too loud for my chest. "Diep." I froze. It was him. James. His voice was cracked, warm, exhausted, and real. He'd been away on a dangerous business trip, somewhere remote where signals disappeared and time stretched thin. He told me he was coming back. No, he was already on his way back. I didn't know I was crying until NHI tugged my sleeve and pointed at the tears dropping onto the fruit in my hands. The next morning, the air felt strange, trembling with possibilities. I stood outside, waiting, not knowing what I would say or do when I finally saw him. Anger, relief, fear, love, they all tangled in my chest like thorny vines. And then he appeared. James stepped out of the car with the look of a man who had crossed oceans just to breathe again. His eyes found mine instantly, like they always had, and in that moment the world seemed to exhale. He walked toward me as though afraid I might disappear again. I took one step toward him, and then another. My breath broke, so did his. "Diep," he whispered, voice shaking. "You're late," I replied, though tears made my words soft and useless. He laughed, the kind of laugh you make when your heart finally remembers how to beat. And then he pulled me into his arms, carefully, as if holding a memory that had almost slipped away. For a long moment, neither of us said anything. The orchard, the chickens, the old couple, the long days of waiting, everything blurred into nothing but warmth. Then came the question, quiet, trembling. "Will you let me stay? This time, can I stay with you?" The wind brushed past us, carrying the scent of ripe fruit and the echo of all the lost days. I looked up at him, at the man who had crossed storms to find me again. And for the first time since the fear, since the silence, since the unanswered calls, I finally answered with truth instead of fear. "James, I never wanted you to leave." His eyes filled with tears, not of pain, but of coming home. And as I stood there in his arms, in the place where everything once fell apart, I realized it at last. James didn't just come back. He came back for me.